Welcome to the Wrestlecast. This is episode number 16 on August 11th, 2022. I'm Rocky, joined by Wesley and Rodney. We're your podcast hosts. Hey guys, what's going on?
What's up?
Doing all right.
Yeah, enthusiasm.
Got a little bit of a shorter week.
Not to
it's
bury the fucking lead, but CM Punk came back.
And all the world rejoiced.
Yep, that was the big moment of the week.
Dude, he came back, and the first thing he did was fucking lay Angelo Parker out onto the damn ramp. That was amazing. That was amazing.
That was great.
Totally unexpected.
Yeah. I mean, that shit was fun.
He struggled getting Jericho over that rope. Jericho must be wearing an ab suit out there because I swear he went from total dad bod to all of a sudden he's got a six pack again.
Yeah, he came back after.
I don't think he cut any weight. CM Punk was struggling to get him over that rope.
Yeah.
I think it's all optical illusion. They do crazy shit with those cameras these days. I saw Avatar.
You know, it's the times we live in.
Dude, I really thought he was going to bust out the worm when he started like hopping on his bad foot, on his surgically repaired foot.
It did kind of look like he was setting up the
worm.
Yeah, he was setting up the Scotty 2 Hottie Hop.
Like, oh my god. Anyway, so what's been going on in WWE?
You got Triple H bringing people back. Was it Karrion Kross is back?
Yeah, Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Yeah, he's been bringing them back left and right.
Yep. His word of
Bray.
Some others, of course. Bray Wyatt came up.
Karrion Kross was the one that they put in like the Gimp outfit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave him his little gladiator helmet.
Nice.
And then he pieced out.
Yeah.
I hope.
Good luck on your future endeavors.
I mean, it took. Who else came? Dexter Lumis came back, which is fucking awesome.
Nice,
dude. That setup was.
Is that the guy with the serial killer gimmick?
Not familiar.
Yeah, dude. That setup was fucking weird this week. Like, really fucking weird. Not to totally jump out of timeline, but like on this week's Raw, like random backstage segments when they were doing interviews, like random shit was happening in the background. Like there was a segment where they were interviewing, I think, I forgot who, but there was like a car wreck in the background, and then
nice.
Next segment, I think Miz might have been leaving the building or something, and they were like putting the car on a wrecker truck, on a tow truck. Then like other
continuity, man.
Yeah, then other random shit was happening, and then end of the show during the main event. After AJ Styles won the match, like there was a guy in a hoodie, like way off in the background, like just in view of the camera in the corner, getting like tackled by like security and cops and being escorted away in handcuffs, and like you could see for a split second that it was Dexter Lumis. It took like 3 or 4 double takes for me to realize who it was. No mention, like, you know, it was kind of like subdued. I think it was Corey Graves was like,
look at them.
He's like, what the? He's
look
like,
at them with the fucking crumb trail.
No, dude, it was weird because it wasn't like, oh my god, it's Dexter Lumis, he's back. It was like, what? Was that
subtle.
Dexter Lumis we saw for a half a second? Like what?
They
setting you up for the clickbait articles.
They really don't deal in subtlety. Well, they haven't dealt in subtlety for too much.
No, it was actually the format has definitely changed. It's weird. But it was kind of neat once like you put all the puzzle pieces together and go, oh wait, that was Dexter's car. Like
nice.
But of course, we don't know what the payoff to all of this is other than like he's there.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's
very.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'd say and this is only 2 weeks into Hunter's fucking shows. So I imagine as it goes on, I don't know. Either it's going to take a completely different route than they've been going, or it's going to end up being the actual NXT 2.0.
I guess that might be the
Like-
route they're going. Who knows? Like it's
Right.
who came. I was watching a little bit of SmackDown tonight before I knocked out. Hit Row came back. They hired them back.
minus
So 3.
Swerve.
Yeah, minus Swerve. So they showed up on SmackDown. So it's definitely interesting.
There's rumors of them saying there's AEW guys that might.
Yeah,
want
but
back.
I gotta take that with a grain of salt. It's like I'm sure maybe
I'm
there's a
definitely-
small,
definitely
like
not
maybe one or
serious.
two, but I can't imagine everybody all of a sudden like, oh, we want to go back to the E.
Right, because Vince is not there.
But does that fact?
Right.
Yeah, but does MJF factor into?
I don't
this?
think he does.
I don't.
I think MJF
before,
would have
my
factored
whole
into it
thing
with
was
Vince.
He's
I
not going
don't
to be
think
able
he
to
would factor
be.
into it with H.
That's interesting.
That's the way I look at it.
See, I was mixed on. I was mixed on that. I thought he was. I figured he'd be more of an H guy, but my whole thing was he's not going to be able to be the MJF. But I mean, I don't know how far they're going to go with these.
Yeah,
changes.
I mean,
so I'm just making conversation.
Like, MJF is great. He, especially for as young as he is. Now, does he have the star power of Cody? Because Cody said, "This is me. This is who I'm going to be. I don't want,
Yeah.
minus the scripted promos, probably what he's still getting those, but like, I mean, does MJF
Well, I don't know
have
because
that
it seems
power?
like the promos. It seems like the promo style has changed, and they have a little bit more leeway into what they can say. So that might play.
Sure.
That would play into MJF. Does he have the star power of Cody? No, but I think he'd be pretty. I think he'd be pretty close. Like
At least at this point
I think
in his career.
I think
It's different.
I think AEW's got
Yeah.
enough of a following that if MJF showed up on WWE television all of a sudden, that he would probably take some viewers
Yeah.
over that way, at least
Yeah.
initially.
And there are going to be people that move from AEW to WWE. I mean,
yeah.
that's always been a
Do it all the
given,
time.
especially with Vince. But then with Triple H, I think you have more of a shot to make it, especially if you're a smaller guy or a woman or whatever. You definitely have a better chance than
Well,
with Vince.
Yeah, but ultimately, I think in like right now, the way the programming is set up, it really wouldn't make a difference. You're not really taking viewers away from either show because both
Right.
shows are on. Well, all 4 shows are on either different nights or they're on different time slots, so you're not competing for anybody's time per se.
It's the money. I mean,
Right, but I'm just saying though, like you're not WWE WCW time where like both shows are on at the exact same time and you're worried about who's flipping channels and who's not going to
Right.
go back to your programming.
right.
Like I would relish
And
watching an
I've
MJF
used-
on a Monday Night Raw and then watching Dynamite on Wednesday. I'm still watching both shows regardless.
Right. And I've eased up a little bit. I think the day AEW decides they want to make a serious, I guess, run, whatever you want to call it, at WWE, the moment they try to take down WWE, I think is the point where they're going to start falling as a company. I think they just need to ignore WWE as a quote unquote competitor. Like the fun trolling and stuff, that's great and stuff, but I mean, we said it before. You're not going to compete.
No,
with
and that's
Empire.
partly what happened with TNA/Impact when fucking Hulk and Bischoff took over and were like, we're gonna go head to head.
I mean,
Like,
look. I mean, you got
We're moving TNA to Mondays, and then next thing you know, it was like a week later. It was like, oh, bad idea.
Well, I mean, you got fucking cretins
Right.
on both sides, right? That are going to say one's better than the other. But honestly, fucking, I don't know. They're, like you said, they're not going to compete directly with WWE. They're successful. Like AEW's increasing their pay-per-view buys, their ticket sales year on year. It's increasing every time. They just got to grow. I mean, to hell with competing directly with WWE. I mean, TK is going to throw his tweets out there and fucking stir
Well,
the
that's what
pot.
Twitter's for.
But
just
I mean, he's
shit
a
posting.
promoter promoting a show. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Right. But he's again not stupid. He's not stupid, but he's smart enough that I feel like they're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but then, like we were talking in chat earlier, and I mentioned Sonny Kiss probably going to be squashed by Parker Boudreaux, and
Nope, wrong.
That annoys the shit out of me because I liked Sonny Kiss. I thought that he
Croc.
I don't know
He's heel now.
y'all's thoughts on Sonny Kiss, but I feel like I would at least like them involved on TV more than they had.
They might be because
I didn't know Sonny Kiss was still with him.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's doing dark elevation.
I thought she was
matches.
Long gone, or he.
But I think the last time he was on TV was when Joey Janela turned on him, and then that was it. I think they
didn't have anything else for him.
I think they feuded on dark elevation.
Well, he turned heel and joined up with whatever the other team was tonight. Not the Best Friends, but the other one. Whoever Cassidy's opponent was.
Not Best Friends, the other one. Which one? There's too
many factions for me to keep track of, goddammit.
Right
it's fine. Factions are fine. I mean,
I want to say the Acclaim, but it's not the Acclaim.
Like 7 or 8.
It's the something or other. Hang on, it's going to drive me crazy.
I really think there's like 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah.
That's wild. Anyway.
While Wesley looks that up, back to Raw or WWE.
We were talking about MJF, matter. Though. Just
joined up with Parker Boudreaux.
The comparison with them.
Trustbusters?
Thank you. That's it.
Yeah. Sounds lame.
Yeah, it turned on orange. Yeah, lame. I was like, it's okay. Whatever.
Yeah, okay.
We were talking about MJF, though, and fucking Cody.
Yeah. It's fine. Put him on TV.
Crash Holly.
It's fine. Just put him on TV. All right, what were you saying, Rodney?
I was saying with MJF and Cody, the comparison with them, though, I think MJF would do good in WWE, but the difference between him and Cody is, as much as we might like maybe MJF more, especially as his heel, Cody is, with WWE cameras on him, he looks like a superhero.
Cody right now is on a league of his own.
Yeah, he fits that camera style, and I feel like MJF does better or looks better being the clean, snobby, fucking douchebag guy on a rougher production value than WWE's Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I mean, his closest
I feel
comparison
like WWE
is
uses
Miz,
CGI.
like just classic, super classic heel.
Yeah. And he would probably, I think at WWE, he'd probably just end up at that level. Whereas AEW, he's going to be the top. Like,
yeah, in WWE, as long as
like
certain people are in the spots that they're in, like, no, would he ever be a main eventer? Definitely not.
Yeah. He'd be forced to lose shitty matches because of the amount of time and the amount of work that they have to do over there in WWE. And I think that would just ruin him. I think it's going to work a lot better if he's the top of.
Besides, Cody got lucky. He worked into his contract all his details before Vince pieced out, so he's got that Mania win in the back pocket.
The man ain't lucky. The dude went to Japan, made himself, and he made himself into a star. And fucking, I mean, his influence and part of the reason why AEW is so successful is because of him. I mean, his TNT title run during the pandemic was fucking amazing. Good shit. Yeah, I don't know. And his fucking matches with Brody Lee. Holy shit, man. Those were good. But yeah, I mean, I agree. MJF wouldn't be the same. I don't think he would be the same in WWE. He'd have to, 50-50, It's 50-50 him. And then in AEW, I mean, compared to other wrestlers, he barely wrestles. You know,
He doesn't have to.
No, he doesn't have to because he's so good at everything else. I mean, yeah, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, like, to be honest with you, I could watch WWE, and if I wanted to, I'm kind of waiting. I'm waiting for fucking Cody to come back.
I know. The Cody countdown.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that reminds me. I really need to start that countdown on my Twitter.
I say it's either Cody or if the man comes back with like I don't know if she comes back just as popular as over. I mean, she's always been over since the man, but like if she comes back as hot as she was during her WrestleMania run, I'll start watching it before then.
I mean, tell you what, I don't know what the plan was for her post SummerSlam, but man, if they wanted to strap the rocket back to her, the unfortunate injury couldn't have made it any better. Like it couldn't have set it up any better. You turned her face. You just turned her face, which you had already, I'm sure, already made the decision to do before she destroyed her shoulder.
Right.
So now you turned her face. She's got a major injury. You wrote her out of storyline, and she'll be out for a few months. I don't know how long. She did some kind of interview, I think yesterday or today or something, and said she'll definitely be back by WrestleMania time. So, you know, if that gives you a rough timetable.
Nia Jax was there in spirit that night for SummerSlam.
Was the plan to move her face?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Was that a Triple H decision versus Vince like the big time?
No, it's a trip. I mean, I don't know if anybody's actually. It'd be pure speculation on my part because I don't think anybody's come out and really said it. But evidently, Triple H, as part of his creative handling, has been going by or going through and recasting characters that he thinks have been miscast. I'm sure heel Becky is probably one. I would imagine face Ronda is another one.
Because Vince would put people in position where it's opposite of what the fans want.
Well, I was just reading, like right before we started recording. Actually, I was reading about Doudrop and where she is at, and like what her headspace is, and she's like, I don't have a problem with the name. Like, I'm all good with whatever you want me to do. She's like, it's like when I went from Piper Niven to Doudrop, she's like, I just needed to know what the direction of the character was going to be. Right. And she's like, I didn't really get it at first. It took a long time for me to understand, like, oh, she's bubbly. She's this. She's like, she's basically JoJo Siwa.
How can you not?
And then she's like, well, right when I got comfortable doing that, all of a sudden they just decided to turn me heel. And like, now I'm trying to figure out what a heel Doudrop is. So evidently she's like talked to Triple H about like, hey, I'm open to a name change again later on in the future. Like, I just need to know what the plans are.
Right.
Instead of this, like,
she needs to
rip up the script 15 seconds before you go on air, kind of thing. So I found that interesting.
She needs to learn how to be very nice and very evil.
But that
here's the question. So I did see that fucking Kevin Owens killed Ezekiel.
Dude.
Is that done?
Dude, I don't know. He fucking murdered him. Like, he's done. The Ezekiel experiment, for better or for worse, the Ezekiel experiment is, for all intents and purposes, is done. He will be out long enough to regrow his hair and his beard, and Elias will be back.
No.
Yeah. KO murdered him.
I loved it.
And of course, he solidified himself as being, KO, and it's the KO show, and like he's like super heel now. So, which for KO, I could care less. I like him as both. Yeah. I liked him better as the anti-hero.
Yeah,
but I'll take heel Kevin O.
Was it like the? I remember when I first got back into it, I was watching a couple of matches. I think with him and AJ Styles, and he was like, was it the face? The face that runs the place. Yeah, some shit. I don't know.
Well,
I
that
feel
was
like it was
AJ.
the face of America or something like that.
Yeah, no,
I don't
AJ was the
remember.
face that runs the place during
I don't
his
know.
heel run, which AJ is just not a good heel.
No,
Although
I definitely
I
liked him
liked
better
when
as a babyface.
although I did like the whole beat up John Cena thing, but that was about it.
I like the Undertaker thing.
Oh, was that the cinematic match?
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, that's
Did you
With the
not see
no,
that?
I did. I
Okay. It was
that was
actually
during
It
the
was
really
a
good.
pandemic.
it
That
was
was when I was still watching it.
you know, assuming Undertaker doesn't pull a Ric Flair, like there was no better way to send him out.
Yeah,
Like
there was something.
totally
It was,
totally worked within the constraints of his what he can do physically, and it was just like I don't know, a weird like love letter to like his career. It was perfect. So I was like, okay, awesome. No better person to do this with.
Yeah,
And that just solidifies AJ. Like,
It was better.
what more can you say for him to go?
Yeah.
I was the opponent for Undertaker's final match, and it was like a really good, match.
yeah.
It was good
I
enough
think,
that
dude,
it was good enough that Undertaker was happy enough with it to go, okay, I'm done.
Yeah,
Instead of
I mean, yeah,
trying to make
cinematic,
up for
whatever.
instead of
doesn't
trying to
matter.
make up for the Saudi Arabia match, the tag match.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you got to figure it feels pretty good because Taker
Yeah.
chose him.
I just remember.
Taker looked around the locker room and he picked AJ.
I just remember that WrestleMania
I guarantee
at that
that.
time was just so super fucking weird. Nobody, like, it's just the two wrestlers in a ring and a referee, and that was pretty much it. Like,
That was
my
it.
God. At least AEW had fucking the
You
wrestlers in the crowd, and fucking long live Austin Gunn and his work that he did.
You saw far fewer botches on WWE because everything was fucking recorded and cut.
Yeah.
And let's do that. Let's
Right.
do that again, boys.
Yeah. Jeez.
Get back up on the top rope. Let's do that one more
Let's
time.
never go back to that again. Jesus.
With all and then they did the faces on the monitors
Yeah.
in the crowd. The Thunderdome.
And
how original.
Tell you what,
say,
though,
like-
I mean, there was a very interesting workaround. That was for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until
yeah.
you had the trolls on there, putting up Chris Benoit signs and Chris Benoit shit, and like,
Yeah, I mean,
all
it's
this
a
other
cool
stupid
idea,
shit.
especially if you're one of the people in the crowd. Like it's cool to do one time.
Right.
Then it's like, okay,
It was a creative way to work around a problem.
yeah. Did anybody ever get like thrown into the screens?
Yeah, it happened
Yeah.
more than a handful of times.
Mm.
Sometimes the screens would break. Sometimes they
I'd
wouldn't.
stopped watching it by then.
Yeah, no, it happened from time to time.
Oh man, Moxley would have loved COVID time in WWE. He gets so many monitors to bleed on.
Yeah, my man was AEW World Champion during that time. I'm sure he had a good time at AEW.
True.
All right, so back to Raw. Back to WWE.
I think we're just kind of
Yeah,
generally talking about WWE because there wasn't anything crazy in these shows.
No, it was all really well done.
Um,
It was all pretty well and good. The momentum of H's era kind of is still riding pretty good. It just not a whole lot of things happened to rock the boat. I mean, you had the opening segment was for Raw was Bailey, Io, and Dakota throwing a promo out, which was fucking great because Bailey accidentally screwed up and called Dakota Kai Dakota Sky, and the crowd gave her some shit for it, and she saved herself by going, "I know I said it wrong, you idiots." Moving on.
She was calling everybody the Jericho idiots. You're all idiots.
Nice.
And then it all led up into like a big old brawl, basically. at Clash at the Castle. It set up
Bliss
a
came out.
trios tag team match between Bliss, Asuka, and Bianca against Bailey Sky and Io. I mean Bailey Sky and Dakota.
Nice.
I can see how she got
Triple H
confused.
showed up.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Triple H showed up, and one of his first orders of business was Alexa, that gimmick you have going on,
It's done.
gone. Fuck it.
Take Lily off the store page.
We're not going to
please.
explain.
Oh, Lily's gone. There is no.
We know
Lily.
you just did a Capital One. You just did a Capital One commercial a few weeks ago as the gimmick, but we're done. Now she's just coming out, and she looks like
But she still did.
what was it, the Lollipop Chainsaw PlayStation game
Yeah.
where you're fighting zombies as like the
That-
cheerleader?
That's
what she
funny.
looks like.
No, I've never. Till you put it
Yeah.
that way. Yep,
Yeah.
you're right. That's
Yep.
exactly what it is.
That's what she
Yeah,
Yeah,
looks
she's
like.
still kind of
It's-
direction.
it's like, I think she's in
She's
it.
just kind of like
Yeah,
she's
no.
like a blank slate right now. Like you could take her anywhere you want.
This is an in
Yeah.
between. Vince wanted her doing that stupid shit.
Bring back
with
the
doll.
goddess.
Oh, everybody's gonna wonder what the doll's about. Just suspense. People love suspense.
How did it buy those tiny skates?
with its Capital One card.
It's WWE credit card.
Nice.
Jesus. We don't have a match. We don't have a match for you this pay-per-view, but we're gonna put you in a commercial.
Don't worry, you're playing second fiddle
Hear
to
me
a doll.
Nice.
Hear me out. Your doll's gonna buy skates. And it's gonna be funny because they're not gonna fit.
Tiny skates.
Stupid. Fucking stupid.
Hey, I think y'all are out of that era now. So
Oh, we're
Yes,
full
we're in a new
throttle,
era now.
like totally
We're
out
in-
of there.
20, 30 years from now,
We're
and
in
Triple
week
H
2
loses
AV.
his shit.
Right.
Week 2 AV.
There's like, and there's no transition. It's like a hard cutoff. It was like, this was this, and
Right.
this is now. Like, there's
Good.
no, downtime, transition into Attitude Era, transition to, Ruthless Aggression, transferred over to PG. No, it's just like, hard line.
Good.
Yes.
Yep. Good. Yes.
Why waste the time? Why waste my time?
No,
Or
future
other
generations
people's
will
times?
know. When they open the history books, it'll be real easy. There's no gray area. It's not going to be like, man, can anybody tell us who started the Attitude Era? Like, it's not like, was it the Austin 316 promo? Was it the screw job? Was it Vince becoming Mr. McMahon? Like, nope, ain't none of that. It's like,
Austin
Vince
winning
fucked
King of
up.
the Ring.
right. It's like, nah, dude. Vince fucked up. H took over. Done.
Right. Well, it started with $17 million worth of NDAs.
But that's also pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
Like, there's there's no final exam for that. Like, there's no studying. Like, what went wrong here?
It wasn't a subtle change. It was a hard stop. And then this is where it picked back up.
Reset button.
Yeah.
What do we call it? The Nick Khan era?
My jury is still out on him.
Yeah. I mean, like all those layoffs or fucking releases that they had, probably him just looking at a spreadsheet saying, let's get rid of
Bloat.
Yeah.
Bloat. Yeah,
Check,
bloat.
check. Let's get rid of these guys.
Right.
I have a feeling he's just like Tony Khan's dad. He's just
It was like bingo.
He's just
He
there.
just like spun he spun the wheel and like picked a ball out and picked a number and was like, oh, that's Dexter Loomis's number. He's out.
yeah. I don't think that guy actually gives a fuck. I think he's there to babysit them for the company, for the TV companies.
He's a guy who's there to make sure that they don't waste money.
Cons of running the U.S. wrestling, fucking just cons of running everything over here.
Yeah. when shareholders are losing money, they just need somebody who's going to step up to Stephanie and ask, "Why is this happening?"
And then later on, he'll be the one that goes
Like
that they use as a scapegoat and be like, "Yeah, it was your fault."
what?
You didn't exploit enough charity, so you gotta, we gotta exploit more charity, or get some more people over and get them gone. Let's go.
Be a star.
We got to wait for the Vince stuff to cool down. We're going to wait till next year to do the Nick Khan investigation. Somebody's going to anonymously tip them off to get Nick out the building.
Nick Khan's been selling nuclear
And then
secrets.
Shane's going to step back in.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We can start the investigation now.
yeah.
So yeah, Raw. The only other really big thing we got was Dominic.
We got
Mysterio,
blood on the show.
Got to live out his sexual fantasies.
We got blood on the
blood
show.
his
We
face
got
and
blood
shit.
on the show.
That's like 2 weeks in a row, isn't it?
They scraped him up.
For Dom?
Oh, for Dom. Well, who was it? Somebody bled for
I
Triple
think
H.
Dom bled
show.
last week too.
Like, I think the Raw after Vince left, somebody bled on the show.
Yes, it was somebody out of the ring.
Montez Ford?
Was it?
Oh, maybe so.
I think it was him. I don't know. And I didn't even watch the show.
Either way.
I'm pretty sure it was
I was
him.
thinking it might have been Theory. I don't know.
Either way, we got blood. We got
But
blood
yeah,
on the show.
There's been a little blood.
You know,
It was
sure,
fucking-
heavy makeup and effects, but it's there. It was there. Cody is like itching to get back.
Well, you got blood. I got fire. Let's go. No, we're not going to do none of
They
this
need to
Joey
tease
Janela
that for,
shit.
like, the
Not have a
next
fire
3 years.
extinguisher around. We're going to have a fire extinguisher, but I'm setting myself on fire.
Safety first. Safety first.
They need to tease that for the next few years. Like Brandy coming out with
Like the
lighter
muscle
fluid
buster.
and like douse
Yeah,
a table, but
always
like,
teased.
and
Never
try to
actually
light
done.
it, but then she gets super kicked. Yeah, Carmella comes out and super kicks her before she lights the table. Or like just stupid shit and like tease it forever, and then fucking make up a pay-per-view where they go balls
And then
to the
they
wall.
forget to use
yeah,
a gimmick lighter and actually set them on fire.
Yeah, sure.
It's live television, folks.
That's right. It's unpredictable. But yeah, so Dom is living every male's fantasy right now with Rhea Ripley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's 2 weeks in a row. He's been
This,
been manhandled.
Ray was whooping up on
Hey, good
Balor,
for him.
and then
Hey,
I'm not going to shame him.
Rhea
Good for
Ripley
him.
shows up with Dom.
Good for her.
Yep,
Good for
Dom
her.
over her shoulder.
dude, she was carrying him fucking effortlessly.
Nice.
Yeah,
Like Jesus.
you don't have to be that big to work at Best Buy, dude.
Damn, that's fucked up. I mean, it's
I
true.
I swear to God, I swear to God, Dominic cleaned up my laptop one time.
Nice. So, in
but
y'all's,
yeah, so-
opinion, what do
fucking-
y'all think about Dominic Mysterio as a performer?
I think he's fine.
He's average.
Like, I don't think he's great. I mean, shit, he just started. But for being in the position that he's in, obviously because of who he is.
Right.
But being in the position that he's in, he's fine. I don't have an issue with him. I think he could he could definitely use some improvement. I don't know. I mean, I think he's fine. I think he's got a future. Like, obviously, I feel like he's got a job for life if he needs it.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, he's Rey Mysterio's son. I mean,
Like, he ain't going anywhere.
he's a second generation. Oh, no. Is that third generation? Fuck, who knows? I don't know. Probably sixth or seventh generation. I'm
Mexican.
sure.
we don't even know who his
Yeah.
dad is.
But
Do we even know who his dad is? It may be Eddie.
Doesn't matter.
that's true.
He still has a job for life. It doesn't matter.
Even more so, because I think Eddie was more of a champion than Mysterio ever was.
Mysterio had one of the worst title runs ever.
Oh, he deserved more. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure he deserved more. I love Rey Mysterio. He was like the first wrestler that I was seriously into at WCW. But and I only
Ultimo Dragon for
this
me.
question because I don't watch. I've never really seen many of Dominic's matches, but compared to Hook, like where do you think like he's at? Because I mean, I've seen Hook and I like a bunch of shit.
Hook has the better character.
Yeah.
Even though it's not really a character, like it's just like I come out, do what I got to do, and go home.
He's like Taz too, except
Hook
like I don't know.
Like they're Dom, they're trying to get him to like act.
They're trying to get him to sports entertain.
Yeah, you're trying to get him. You're trying to get a kid to sports entertain who clearly doesn't have a full grasp of that part of it. Right. The wrestling side of things, he's solid. Like he's fine on that side. But and
to be honest with you, we haven't really seen much of Hook on that end, as far as like promos, which he was supposed to actually speak live tonight. Which I didn't watch Rampage, but he's rarely ever on like a promo or anything, or if he is, it's just silent and moves on.
Right.
So it's interesting.
They're different for me style wise entirely. I think you take away the Mysterio name, Dominic. I think like his max potential might be to like be just a regular wrestler on like Impact or Ring of Honor or
I don't know,
something like that.
He could be U.S. champion.
Would be like his cap. I don't think he's.
Yeah, but those
right now,
they're sure as hell trying.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they're like the last. Well, I like the last couple weeks, like since the Triple H era began. They've like put this video package together. For like the U.S. championship and like how Harley Race was the first champ and like the lineage of the belts and how many Hall of Famers and like great superstars have held this title over the years.
Wow.
From WCW and NWA and like all this other stuff. And then I think they put one together for the Intercontinental Championship tonight.
Well, good.
So I think they're trying.
Yeah.
I think not so much the U.S. belt. I think it's fine, but the wrong person's holding the Intercontinental belt right now.
Who's holding it?
Gunther.
Oh.
Gunther.
Unless Shinsuke won tonight, but I didn't finish watching the show, so I'm not sure.
Shinsuke win?
I don't know if he did, but he's got a chance now. Shit.
We don't do that here.
He's got a shot now.
Did he ever run as champion in NXT?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He had, I think he had one of the longer runs.
I mean, he was,
and then he had like a 6-month feud with AJ for the freaking WWE title and hasn't sniffed it since.
Yeah. I mean, he was
he
was a pretty big star in Japan before making a move to WWE. But yeah, he really hadn't done much, I don't think.
He's content.
Yeah.
Like he's content. He's on the back end of all reality in the back end of his career. And he's like, basically like, I'm there to make the money at this point.
Right.
I'll do what they ask, but he's not one to like, expect anything more than whatever they ask him to do.
Right.
He's making good money before he retires.
It all started going downhill. It started going downhill when he changed up his music.
When they turned him, yeah.
When they started doing the rap version.
Yeah, that was when they turned him heel.
Everything went it went downhill after that. It never came back up.
Yep. When they turned him heel.
Now the best thing about Shinsuke is Pat McAfee.
When they turned him heel and he kept taking AJ to Dick Kick City. That was it.
That was so obnoxious. It was like 2 months of just them trading fucking dick shots back and forth. Oh,
Entire pay-per-view main events ending in disqualification over dick kicks.
And I've heard that feud described as exactly that in podcasts. And I also heard someone say, I mean, again, I don't know this information, but person also said that AJ just doesn't wear a cup. Like, motherfucker, why are you not wearing a cup? Especially if the point of this whole feud is him kicking you in the nuts.
Because AJ Styles is phenomenal.
No, he's a dumb mother. I believe he's a flat earther. I'm gonna just leave it there.
He's one of the all-time greats. I don't give a shit.
He might be a phenomenal wrestler. He's not great. Science is not his thing.
That's why he's not a scientist. He's a wrestler.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's why he's doing what he's doing.
That's right.
Jesus.
Show my man some respects.
Oh, Wendy.
Yeah. That's the Joe. Dumb. That's the Joe that I miss. That's the Joe that I miss.
Well, right now we just miss Joe in general.
Yeah. Fuck.
AJ's not going to be able to tuck you in bed tonight. You see, Daddy's already gone night-night.
Oh, man. Tell you what, though. Those two had like one of the greatest fucking feuds in TNA when they were in their prime.
Yeah.
My wife, Sarah, loved that. She was all about Joe. Like, that was her favorite part. She wanted to watch whenever Joe came on TV. He's
a special attraction now. It's like, once every 3 months, maybe.
Yeah, that sucks. That's trash.
When we first started, we hated Roman and Brock and all that going on. So when Samoa Joe came out and cut a promo on Roman and Brock, she was like, hell yeah, like somebody's going to say some shit to him. And then nothing ever came of it.
Sounds about right.
But still, she's Joe's towel girl.
Nice. But yeah, so back to Raw because we're still on that.
I mean, at this point, we're just talking about WWE.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're just
going off
WWE
on tangents. We did have our segment of Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel, which lasted all of about 20 seconds. R.I.P. Ezekiel. Fucking crazy.
He's gone to the way of the was it Elrod? He's just
fucking Elrod. They've been hyping him up for fucking weeks. You ain't gonna see him again, or ever. You're never gonna unless Elrod's on his way in to avenge Ezekiel.
Oh God.
I want Kevin Owens to be stuck in this feud for the remainder of his career.
But it's gonna be like a completely different person. It's going to be like the Dudleys, where it's fucking Bubba Ray, Devon, and Spike. Just completely different sets of people. It's just
Pete Dunne needs a new gimmick.
It's going to be fucking Jinder Mahal, and then just, I'm Elrod, whatever.
I mean, why not? Fuck it. I don't.
Hey.
Tozawa's not doing nothing.
Yeah, it's poor Tozawa.
Well, that's fun.
Marion Tamina was the most relevant he's had in years.
Maximum Male Models
guy.
What happened to that? He's a doppelganger to Elias. Dude looks like him.
Completely removed him, didn't they? They did. Completely removed him and added his sister.
Yeah, and then the Vince shit happened, and so Triple H was like, "Nope, you're back in the Maximum Male Models. Come back." So now it's him and his sister.
Oh, and, nice.
Mansour and whatever the other guy is.
Jesus. That's fucked up. Mansour is pretty good.
Yeah, well,
Mansour was fucked up, man.
So I think
he's not great, but to do that,
I've seen one match of his, and it was like the Saudi Arabia match.
I don't know. I didn't really know who he was or where he came from, but it seemed like when he debuted, he had like some pretty serious hype behind him.
They always started pushing him around the Saudi Arabia matches, and he wrestled 2 years in a row. And he had some pretty good matches.
I think they pushed him right around the first Crown Jewel show, and I think maybe he was against Ali. I don't know, but he was at like the first Crown Jewel show and won because he's Middle Eastern, or Indian, or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I remember
he was the local guy that like they brought on them.
I remember that time, like, I ain't never heard of him before. He comes in, does the Saudi Arabia show, and didn't hear about him after that.
Right.
About right.
Yeah, he was a guy that they picked up that was from the area. They brought him on and they signed him to one of those when we come calling, be ready contracts.
Next up on the show. Oh, we have a tournament to crown new women's tag team champions. The belts have come out of the Disney Vault. All on display for a limited time only. Started the tournament out with first match on the bracket was Dakota Kai and Io Sky against Tamina and Dana Brooke, which is a really odd fucking pairing. But it makes sense because, they're 24/7 championship
24/7 champion.
Yeah.
What? No, she was teamed up. Tamina was teamed up with Natalya, huh? When they won the belts?
When they won the belts, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They fucked up this part. I think the best thing they could have done here was Tamina says, yeah, you can trust me. Let's go out there and beat their asses. The music hits. They go out there. They're giving each other a high five. And right there at the top of the ramp, before they walk down it, she rolls Dana Brooke up and takes the 24/7 title and fucking leaves.
I knew that's where that was going because I was waiting for the 24/7 spot.
That would have been
didn't happen.
So
it didn't happen. I was very disappointed. It didn't happen.
We'll tease everybody that you're going to get to see Io Sky and them have a good match, and then just let them advance.
I mean, at least like when you get to the ring, because the ref is right there.
Well, no, there's always a secondary ref chasing the crowd.
No,
there's always like,
oh yeah,
have her
there's Dana Brooke,
roll
and
up
then there's
Dana Brooke,
R-Truth, and then there's the gaggle of jobbers chasing the title, and there's always a referee behind him. So,
it's like, bro,
let Truth run out of the tunnel.
24/7 champion. That's your job.
That is it. This is what we are hiring you for.
Have
Tamina
had a setup with R-Truth, and R-Truth comes out in his ref shirt, running out of the back, and hits him with the quick 1, 2, 3, and then just fucking leaves. Let him progress. Fuck the match.
Nice.
That would have been gold, man. That would have been so good.
Yeah. So after the death of Ezekiel, you had, or after that match, which of course Dakota Kai and Io Sky advance. You get Bobby Lashley against Champa. Which, Ciampa's Triple H push is not quite complete. Although he looked like $1 million.
He's getting a push, though.
Yeah.
He's getting a push. He lost, but goddamn did he look strong in defeat.
Good. It's wonder, like, again, I didn't watch
and there was like 3 or 4
of NXT.
There were 3 or 4 like false finishes in there where I was like, oh, they're really going to take the belt off of him and put it on Ciampa.
Nice.
No, there were a few points where they could have, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to do it right now.
No, it did.
I guess you gotta
I'm glad they didn't pull the trigger on
build
it. But
Ciampa up a little bit.
No,
more.
it's fine that they didn't pull the trigger. But in classic heel fashion, I mean, you hit him with what? The ring bell, the belt, some Miz chicanery. Like they threw the kitchen sink at the whole thing on heel tactics. But
right.
See, so when I started watching again, Ciampa was like, I seen that. I mean, I think I spoke about this before, but I saw the Gargano Ciampa match, and it was a last man standing. And the only reason why he was left standing was because Gargano handcuffed him to something, and that was like the only reason why he was left standing. But then he won the belt after that, and then
went on a tear.
I started following only him on NXT. Like I'd watch his matches, and it's like I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I was like, I like Champa. And then I listened to like the Oral Sessions podcast with him and Renee, and it's like, man, I don't know. I was like, I like this guy. This guy should.
Hit him up for some oral sessions.
Yeah, she changed that. Now
Now
it's just sessions.
the sessions.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing when she named that podcast.
Oh yeah.
That Champa Gargano feud was fucking good.
Oh, dude, they tore
Yeah,
that.
and-
They tore that arena up every time they.
I think that was the first NXT like takeover that I'd watched. It was probably the first NXT show that I'd watched. Period.
Yeah.
See, and that was what's
good.
like.
That was the
I
first
liked it.
one that
That's
I was.
what's so upsetting about 2.0 and the way that it got handled when Vince decided to put his grubby hands all over it was like those takeover shows were consistently better than anything else on TV as far as like
Right.
the rest of their product from their main pay-per-views and the main roster, like always consistently. And then now it's been 2.0ified and it's all fucked up.
Yeah.
Right. It feels like a produced, scripted, set up
It is.
promotion now, whereas before NXT felt like just like let's say that it's not the same, but the Attitude Era, you felt like it was a bunch of guys who were in the back, or the NWO days, who were in the back who like really fucking hated each other.
They were
And
able to.
They felt like they were bringing it into the.
They were
ring.
able to experiment more, but now it's like sterile.
Yeah, and all of them knowing that these were people who were trying to come up, who were trying to make the main roster. It was developmental. You knew that naturally you're going to have these beefs with other people because I mean you're trying to work your way up, kind of thing. But now that they've made NXT just its own brand, and it's just another show. It's another circus show,
Like
with content.
Velveteen Dream was another one, but then I mean I
Yeah,
don't
well,
think that's on anybody except for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's on him. But like he was another one. Like I watched Takeover match back then. And it's like holy shit, this dude's cool. I like this guy.
What happened with him?
yeah, bad. Yeah,
I think he was accused of
improprieties.
yes, with a 15-year-old boy. I don't know. Just
Jesus.
not like doing anything physical, but like through messaging or something like that. It was like one of those situations
Sending photos, shit
that
like
came
that.
about, and then you hadn't seen him ever since. So
No,
that's that.
I was wondering that recently.
although he was a big Triple H guy, so
yeah,
he
I
may
thought he was
have
really
a
good.
shot. Although I highly doubt it, the way the internet,
yeah, I mean,
the way
he
the
was-
interwebs got a hold of that.
He was
until CYN comes
he was
to call
hot.
Aha, there it is. Yeah, got it in.
He was really really hot. They had that. I think he came out in the Royal Rumble. I think it was. And boy, the pop was crazy.
Dude, he's over as hell.
Fucking wild. I never knew what happened. So y'all clarified it for me on the
He's
show.
controlling his
Yeah,
narrative now.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Not in CYN. Although there's a good possibility he was advertised but never guaranteed.
I mean, just think about like Shayna Baszler. She was another one. She was a fucking killer in NXT.
Also, another Triple H.
She gets called up and fucking bites Becky Lynch on the fucking neck. Like, what the hell is this shit? What the hell? I don't know. It's a mess. God is a mess for such a long time. So, like, does Triple H have he's all creative, like NXT 2.0 as well?
I think he's
Shawn
involved with Shawn
Michaels is
Michaels. Yeah,
NXT.
Shawn's got
Mm.
Shawn's had the reins on
we
that
have-
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been had it. So yeah, you can blame his crooked eyes.
Oh Jesus!
Well,
so he's the reason
I can't
D'Angelo.
I can't blame him completely.
It's still got to
Yeah,
go
right.
through Vince.
It still
It's
had to
still
go
all
through
got to
him.
go through Vince.
And what's Shawn Michaels gonna do? He's a company guy. Like, okay, whatever you say, boss.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Hopefully you see some changes on that end, because this brightly colored NXT is just not cool.
As a fan of mafia movies, media, whatever,
You don't like the
Tony D'Angelo is offensive to me.
You don't like the Don?
No.
The Don of NXT.
I mean, whatever. I don't give a shit about the gimmick. The gimmick is what it is, but it doesn't sound like he's a great wrestler, so he killed the gimmick. I mean, and plus, like, whatever.
All right.
I don't even watch the show, but, like, I can't even speak to it, but...
Oh, you're being really critical of the Don. Better watch out.
Look, Mafia Media has a place in my heart, okay? I'm a big fan of The Godfather and The Goodfellas. Donnie Brasco, it's all good shit. Tony D'Angelo is none of shit. Sopranos. Every time I try to get up, they pull me back in. He's not that guy. He's really not that guy. And that's like the 5th time I fucking said that today. Anyway, I was doing that to the kids earlier, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? Jennifer came out the room and was like,
what are you
What's
doing?
going on?
And then you hit her with the line.
They pulled me back in. Got a great ass. Anyway.
I saw that post.
If you haven't seen Heat, watch Heat. It's a great fucking movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Anyway.
I never have, but
dude, watch it.
We'd have no big Michael Bay movies if it wasn't for Heat.
Fucking Heat is amazing.
Awesome shootout scene at the end, like 20-minute fucking shootout scene.
Dude, not even that. The scene where fucking Al Pacino and Robert De Niro are in a diner, just fucking sitting there talking.
Seen that scene.
That is some shit. All
right, I'm gonna wrap up Raw real quick. You had a almost squash match. Who almost won? He was not the one squashed, unfortunately. Seth Rollins is still fucking with Riddle for some reason. You had Dolph Ziggler, Chad Gable, which nobody gives a shit about. And AJ Styles beat The Miz in the main event. That wraps up Raw.
Nice.
One quick thing on fucking SmackDown though. Corbin, and we had a Ricochet sighting. They bring out Corbin to get his ass beat by Ricochet. Pat McAfee started breaking down his big win against Corbin.
Oh, when he had he's got the pointer.
He replayed the kick in the nuts like
yes,
like 15 times, dude. And he was drawing like a football.
He's like,
game.
Look at his face right here.
I kicked him here. Look. Watch my eyes. I'm eyeing my target. I saw the referee was down. I hauled off and kicked, and he's drawing the lines all over. Dude, it's fucking great.
He's like, this is the worst night of Corbin's life.
McAfee goes, I've kicked a lot of balls in my life, and I'll never forget the ball kicking that I did at SummerSlam.
I love McAfee.
And he goes, and let me tell you, I know a thing or two about kicking because my foot has made millions. And he had everybody on the table go, and millions.
Dude. So I think the only match of his that I've seen was this last one at WrestleMania. And I'd say, like, everything else that I've heard about him, he sounds like fucking made for the industry. He really does.
Dude's a legit fan. He is a fan living his dream. It's probably exactly how we would act if we were in that situation. Like, just fucking go out there and just have a blast.
He's more athletic.
Except he's way more athletic, yes.
He's a bro.
I will not be performing any moonsaults tonight, guys. I'm sorry.
He got lucky, made a lot of money.
Let me show you how to do a moonsault.
Let me take off this $7,000 coat.
Oh,
he's great. He's just a huge kid who never had to grow up because he got lucky, made a lot of money kicking footballs, and we get the man that is Pat McAfee.
Dances on top of the table every time Nakamura comes out.
Dude,
he's a great dude.
Best life. Not gonna.
It was crazy because I feel like he went rogue when he did that. Like, I don't think that was ever in the plan for him to just jump on the announce desk and just fucking air guitar to Nakamura and Rick Boogs. And Vince just happened to love it and was like, keep doing that. Keep doing that.
The shit that happens on his show on YouTube is unpredictable every episode.
I never watched the show on YouTube. I've only seen clips of like the Brock Lesnar episode.
It's so
The
good.
Adam Cole one was great.
It's wild. You never know what's going to happen.
So yeah, so that wraps up Raw. Next show. Which is Quake by the Lake.
Dynamite.
I can get with that.
We had Battle of the Belts, but nothing really happened. No belts changed over. The matches were just okay. So, I mean, I guess we
lost
just
again.
Dynamite. Takeshita lost. Thunder Rosa.
By the way, he's got a
Hater.
shirt on Shop AEW. You bastards better support him. I've got mine on order. It's on its way.
Wesley.
Konosuke
It's a demand from
Takeshita.
Wesley.
Takeshita.
Is that what it is? Just text that says
That's
Takeshita?
it. That's all it says.
Simple. I like it.
Wow.
You know,
There you go.
if he ever gets one of these AEW Cross Street Fighter shirts, then I'll know he's made it.
Oh yeah.
Have him on there
All
as
right.
Dan.
Well, we're gonna move on to AEW Dynamite, Quake by the Lake. I don't remember where it was, where the show actually
Brody
was.
It was by the
Darby.
lake.
Yeah, that much I know. But yeah, it started off, opened the show with Brody King versus Darby Allin in a coffin match.
Fucking murdered each other, basically.
Yeah, dude,
Good
I
God.
don't know.
We had blood in the first 45 seconds.
That freaking thumbtack skateboard.
Yes. Good shit. Always good shit with the skateboard. I love it.
And it wasn't just a little bit of blood. They fucked up.
Oh no!
Oh no, he shoved that skateboard into his
Oh
forehead.
yeah, no. There was no blade done that night. This was like straight up.
The
Oh, no.
blood.
This was straight up. Brody King
It was
said,
literally
"Stick this
squirting.
shit in my forehead and start rubbing."
Yeah. And we'll get
It was
to it later.
squirting. It
but
was
Moxley
all
didn't
over the
even
floor.
fucking blade. So how about that shit? They said, "Yo, people have been fucking talking shit about you blading. We got to figure out a way for you not to blade."
Look, I was
Anyway, we'll get to
when we
that.
get to that, I was really confused about that spot for a minute there. Because yeah, we'll talk about that later. There was some confusion on my part. I was giving him shit for evidently no reason. But anyway,
But yeah, dude, as always with every Darby Allin match,
I fear for his
he
safety.
I mean, at this point, I don't. I mean,
I just feel like
dude,
someone needs
I
to
think,
sit him
like,
down and be like, dude, you don't have to go 100 every night.
I mean, when he first started, like when AEW first started, his whole thing was like, oh, he doesn't care about pain. He doesn't feel the pain, and that's still the fucking case. I don't know.
Dude, the
He's
dude's
just
doing like
throwing
freaking
himself at people.
tricycle stunts on his free time. He's like, if I'm
He's,
not going to the hospital
he
in the ring,
reminds
I'm
me
going
of
to
the
the
dude-
hospital one way or the other.
Some kind of way. I'll find my way there.
I think he's got the shit from the dude from Kick-Ass. Like, where like he can't feel
Yeah.
anything. All of his fucking receptors
Just
are all
gone.
dead.
I don't know.
So like,
I just,
yeah, he can just get his
at
ass
some point
beat.
I just start to feel. I fear for him.
Fuck that. Man, he's a grown ass man. Keep doing what you're doing.
I guess.
Him and Moxley
It
have mental
entertains
issues.
the hell out of me.
You know what entertains me? Sting just coming out of random places.
That was that was good.
He didn't come out of it intimidating though. Like Undertaker, he sits up, and it's like all scary because he sits up. Sting like rolled over, got on a knee first, pushed himself up with the other leg, was like pushed himself holding his
he's
knee.
63.
He was like, hold on, give me a second. Give me a second.
My favorite part of that whole spot was the fact that like he's coming out, he's like halfway out, and I don't know if it was Taz, saying who it was, and then like he like nudged Tony. He's like, Tony, it's Sting. And it took a minute for him to process. It's Sting. Took Tony a minute to process what was going on.
Oh yeah,
like, dude, say the line.
But yeah, I don't know. This was, it's with every friggin' Darby Allin match. This was hard hitting,
fucking train wreck.
Yeah, but they had to call back to like him, like Brody King just holding Darby Allin up in the air. Darby holding him up with the chain, and then Brody falling into the damn coffin. Like holy shit! There you go. He's got another one. I mean, this is Darby's signature match now. Like this.
That was a perfect drop. That was a perfect drop and roll into the coffin too. It was, it was so clean. He went right in, and the door just went boom.
Yeah.
Like fucking. My only issue was the fucking blood. This was the first match, and there was blood squirting everywhere. It was in. They went into the crowd.
They gotta get over the blood.
But the fans, dude, they're in the crowd and it's squirting. It was just shooting everywhere. So now you got fucking lawsuits all over the place. You got to clean this up before your second match.
It's only a lawsuit if an audience member ingests it.
Shit, I know Tony's got money. I'm sorry, I love AEW and I'll keep watching, but I'm calling my lawyer. Like I'll buy some AEW merchandise like in return, but I'm getting a car too.
Well, I mean, shit. If you
just take the one Fuego got.
There you go.
Fuego del Sol from down here in Corpus Christi, Laredo area. Laredo Wrestling Alliance. I found that out.
But yeah, Darby Allin wins another coffin match.
I'm not so critical about the blood because I'm all about that if it serves the purpose of the match, which in this case I feel like it did. But
I'm fine with the blood.
Yet again,
but when it's coming out that
week
much
of AEW programming with yet another gimmick match.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a variety show. They have a variety of matches, a variety of tastes. For a variety of matches for people with a variety of taste.
I just think that they could have beat the shit out of each other and still bled and still had a regular fast fucking match without it having to be a coffin match.
They did that before. Brody King beat the shit out of him after the they beat him in the Battle Royal.
I'm just saying.
That was. Didn't they have a match
after that? Doesn't have to be a gimmick match. Could have just been a regular asshole match. Give me 1 week without a gimmick. Just one.
Then you're at...
That's all I want. Just one. Prove to me that you can do it.
You need to get over it. You need to get over it. And for once, it was not Moxley in the gimmick match. So...
Actually, it is. Actually, Mox's was a gimmick.
It was a
gimmick match because
it kind of was.
He was fighting Chris Jericho from like 1997. That in and of itself is a gimmick.
A time machine match.
No,
I told you they do. I told you the CG is crazy these days.
He did look like he lost some years all of a sudden.
Schizophrenic. That is just a schizophrenic coming in the ring with his ultra personality. That's all that is. That's all that is.
Well, we'll get there. What was next? Because
the next match was the Lucha Brothers versus La Facción Ingobernables. I messed that up, but I practiced that like 3 times.
Good job. Pretty close.
Yeah, that's Penta Escudero and Rey Fenix versus Andre El Idolo and
Roosh.
Sorry,
Roosh.
Tornado tag.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to get in with Roosh. I like that guy.
I like him better than Andrade.
I like that guy, but I hate the fucking pulling the mask off of luchadors.
Okay, I was going to say, I missed this match. Did they do that again? Jesus fucking Christ. Are they going to do this every...
Actually,
at what point?
They did do it different. They did do it different this time. What they did was they tied, so he had like some little bullshit on the top of his mask, on Penta's mask. They tied that to the ring rope, and then to save Phoenix from a pin, he unmasked himself to go save him from the pin, but then he was still doing this, and they beat the shit out of him, threw him out the ring, pinned Phoenix, and then the match was over.
So what you're saying is that it was pointless. Wasn't necessary.
Hey, shit's supposed to taste a little better when you put a little glitter on it. Make it pretty.
Wrestlecast quote. Let's,
daily affirmation.
Let's clip that.
It's your daily motivation.
But I don't know. Like, I like Roosh. Ah, man, Andrade isn't doing it for me since he fucking blew up. Like, he got so massive. He's like so stiff now. I don't like it.
Andrade hasn't done anything for me since before he left WWE. He hasn't done anything.
He's so massive.
He hasn't done anything since he debuted.
No, not really. Except fucking work with, like, side by side with Matt Hardy, which
went nowhere.
I don't know.
He needs to get out of the business pants and get out there and
then tonight they
angle.
Like teased private party dissension within the ranks. So I don't know. He's just
oh my God,
not done anything.
What was his manager's name in WWE? Selena Vega. Like, they were perfect together. They were
Queen
great
Selena
together.
Was Zelina? Well, Zelina for
that was weird though.
Very many reasons, but she was his mouthpiece
because everybody knew that he was with Charlotte, so it was just like,
yeah, she
what
was
is
with.
this?
But the thing was, like, it doesn't
Black.
matter if he was like the fact that he was with Charlotte made no difference. It's just the fact that like they were him and Zelina being paired was not a on screen like pairing like that. It was,
but it felt seriously. Like it didn't feel like a real. It was manager
just like
thing.
it was a business deal. Like it was, she was a manager. There wasn't anything hinted at ever.
Yeah.
She was his mouthpiece.
She was the mouthpiece.
Yeah,
and that's what he needs. And Jose, the assistant, is not that.
Yeah. No, but I don't know if y'all ever noticed that dude's got some fucking big arms.
Who, Jose, the assistant?
Oh no.
Oh
yes.
yeah.
That dude's got some massive arms. He beat the shit out of Alex Abrahantes, which I liked. I enjoyed that. Of course, they didn't really show it. They just showed him beat, just like him, Alex on the floor, and then him coming up. Like, yeah, just beat the shit out of him.
Nice.
And let me stress there that Jose is not Zelina.
No.
Oh no!
I miss Zelina.
I was dude. Honestly, I was surprised she signed back with WWE. I really was.
Zelina.
Kind of was too.
I don't know that she would have went to AEW, but I was surprised she signed with.
I think she
signed again.
I think she would have
WWE.
gone. I think she would have gone to AEW.
She could do Impact.
Yeah, she could wrestle at Impact. I don't know. Well, shit. I mean, I guess honestly, the way that the AEW women's division is now, she could wrestle. I mean, I don't know. The women's division is kind of the worst part of AEW right now, and I would like it to get a lot better.
Her and Thunder Rosa.
Well, the only women's matches that you've had on on that programming lately has been some variation of Thunder Rosa, Toni Storm, Britt Baker, or Jamie Hayter.
And Jay Cargill.
Yeah, but I don't even count hers because all her matches are like glorified squashes at this point.
They're all squashes.
She's got no real running storyline.
Since we have her, it was a squash, so it's whatever. That little white girl that she fought tonight, is that the chick from The Influence?
Madison Rain.
Oh,
That was
really?
her? I thought it was her, dude. I wrote, as soon as the match started, I wrote down Jade, some white girl.
Yeah, Madison. Yeah, Madison.
And then
Madison
like
Rain.
as the match went on, I was like, no way, is that her? And then I saw
the and I didn't even know I had no idea she was done with Impact, but she left. Evidently, she left Impact. She signed with AEW. She supposedly signed on to be more of a trainer coach, but she'll have a few matches here and there. Like she's not done with in ring. Work.
She had a few mess ups to be a trainer coach.
She teaches you what not to do.
Right. So all this time I wanted the inspiration, but instead I get the influence.
Well, you get one half of the influence.
See?
God damn it! I just wanted my Cassie Lee.
Oh, you're not going to get her back for a while.
Well, no. Yeah.
And now she's ruined.
Sorry,
she's
bro.
fucking spoiled.
Well, you know.
She's had Ty Dillinger.
You say that.
He's going to have a perfect 10.
But freaking Sean Spears is living his best life right now.
Ugh. She's been in bed with the chairman.
It was the perfect 10.
Jesus Christ.
It took him 10 tries.
That's not what I was thinking.
All right. Well, after that, we have the
that was awkward.
The Young Bucks. The Young Bucks with Brandon. They go into the locker room and try to convince Adam Page to join them in the trios tournament.
And he was like, no.
Adam Page wants to wear his butterfly jeans with the Dark Order.
Hell yeah. That's right. It's like, oh my God. Guys, who do y'all think is going to pair with the Young Bucks during a trios tournament? I don't know. Who do you think it's going to be?
Ruffin.
There you go. Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Either that or some 8-year-old Japanese schoolgirl.
And then
the Michael Jackson
music plays.
The Michael Jackson dude from South Texas.
Santana Jackson.
There you go. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Matt Jackson trying to do his best to act. I don't know. This was okay. Storytelling stuff. Whatever. Jungle Boy then joins the commentary team for Luchasaurus' match against Anthony Henry.
Squash.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got Game of Thrones on my mind. That was Henry and Gendry mixed together.
Not the same.
No, not at all.
How Gendry?
I did like going back real quick when Paige told them maybe you should find somebody, a friend of yours that's been there for you, and like kind of points at Brandon, and at the end they leave the room, and Brandon's like, well, I mean, what about me, guys? And they're like, shut up,
Brandon, turn the camera off.
Turn the camera off.
I'd rather they go like, ew, no.
Just like look at him,
like him like
give
that.
like the office eyes. Give him the eyes like in the office, and like just stare at the camera, and then just like walk away.
No respect. At all.
Nope.
That man edits BTE every week. No respect.
We get a Miro promo with a Lana teaser.
No one touches me but my wife.
Some blonde. I don't know who that was.
That was Julia Hart.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel what?
Yeah, that was Julia Hart.
Okay.
I mean, you had to squint
I didn't...
and like really look, but that was Julia Hart.
Yeah.
It even took me a minute. I'm like, that's
like...
not Lana.
I thought it was like Sunny.
Nah, Julia Hart.
Anyway, dark lighting. But we got the teaser, CJ
Shit, I think she even teased like a few months ago, but she never like who was it when he showed up when he showed back up and as the Joker, I think wasn't it? He showed up as a Joker.
Yeah,
She
They
had
did
teased
tease
it
it before. I forgot
like
when.
the day before. It's like son of a bitch.
she's good for that.
I mean, yeah, I'd
She
like
has
to
a
see her
track
on there,
record
but I
of
don't know.
that.
She's yeah, that's what I hear. And then we got Mark Henry interviewing Powerhouse Hobbs, and QT Marshall shows up.
Jesus, QT Marshall sighting.
King of the Job Squad, man.
That's right. Job Squad 2.0.
Boy, those ratings shoot up when QT Marshall gets on camera.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Then you had a segment with QT Marshall and Mark Henry? Jesus Christ.
Talk about
And he
draw.
didn't even have to say his
Star power.
big line.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
We get another segment after this, too, is JAS.
Dude.
I think it was right after that we got the
notes.
JAS.
How could that not be in the notes? Because that was like my favorite part of the show.
And homeboy Daniel Garcia said that he's the Dragon Slayer.
Is the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
Just in time for next week. Is it next week's House of the Dragon themed episode of AEW?
Yep.
Okay, good.
No, he says he's the Dragon Slayer, and because they need to find something for Anna
Dragon
Jay.
Fire in each corner match.
Yeah. Now, because they need Anna Jay to do something.
Oh, she's doing something.
They have Anna Jay.
She's going to choke somebody out.
She looks off to the side, points at some woman who's supposedly laughing at her, at Daniel Garcia being the Dragon Slayer, and goes, "What? You don't think he's the Dragon Slayer? You think it's funny?" And starts choking out some random busty goth chick.
Well, she choked out a random security guard last week, right?
Yeah, she choked some dude out.
Or some random intern, yeah. Look, I'm okay if she does that every week for the next 2 months. I don't give a shit. It's entertaining to me.
Dude, Matt Menard is so intense. He's so intense during the beginning of this promo. Like, Jesus Christ. Between him being so intense and then Angelo Parker getting killed at the end and then just Anna Jay choking out somebody. I love it. I love everything about the JAS.
Except for
Jericho.
And
I mean,
that's not even where I was going. There's two other members of this thing right now that need to get away from the TV.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. I don't give a shit about Jake Hager or Sammy Guevara.
Thank you.
The other three are the stars, really.
In
my heart.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah, and then after that we have Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, Satnam Singh go to the ring, cut a promo. Out comes Wardlow, followed by FTR. Yeah.
It was just to get him on TV.
No interest in anything Sanjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh right now. Like, nothing. You've given me nothing.
Dude, outside of that, I remember when the Pinnacle formed, I was like, man, this is going to be a fucking stable that just wrecks house all through AEW. No, it's like barely a fucking whimper. Like,
but I mean, look who you had in there. Like, you had,
MJF, Wardlow, FTR.
Right, but you had so you had MJF, who was clearly the star, but all he did was talk. He didn't wrestle. You had Wardlow, who was basically handcuffed at this point, with not a whole lot, not much to do. FTR were rising. I don't want to say rising stars because they were already stars, but like they were kind of still in the background doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And you had Shawn Spears, who's been wasted from day one.
Yeah.
You've done nothing with him.
Yeah, dude, I was surprised.
Sorry, Rodney. I don't mean to open up fresh wounds again.
I was surprised in the end, like how much the Pinnacle was actually nothing.
No.
And then by the time they start bringing the Pinnacle up again, Wardlow separated himself. FTR is like, I don't want to get involved between y'all stuff because we're both of y'all's friends. And then FTR does the face turn shortly after that. So It's like, well,
But you know what? I'll say, there was a really good way to have them all go their separate ways without just having just dropping it all together. It was like everything made sense.
But it seemed like the Pinnacle was formed strictly for that feud against the Inner Circle, and then once that was done,
well, there was no reason
that
after
was
that.
it. Yeah.
Plus you had
Like,
the
sucked.
well, then you also had the MJF being disgruntled thing, which I'm sure probably changed course of a lot of things.
Yeah. Moving on.
I wonder if like in the bedroom, Sean Spears is like pulls out the chair. And he's like,
hit me with the chair, baby.
Anyway, I'm thinking about Cassie Lee. Let's move on.
I mean, you can keep going. Let it all out. Let it all. Let it all out now.
Yeah, really. we get who does Starks go up against?
Solo.
I know the guy. Solo. I couldn't think of his freaking name.
Han Solo's long lost cousin.
I just put Starks versus some dude who messes with QT Marshall.
I mean, that's not wrong.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
Pretty much the same thing. And I think, so when they showed up in the promo with fucking Will Hobbs, I do not like Camarado's new look.
I didn't like Camarado's. I didn't like Camarado's old look. I don't like Nick Camarado.
I didn't mind him. I liked his look. He reminded me of Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. I don't know why. I don't know. I like that look that he had. And now he just looks like some douchebag in a tracksuit. I don't know.
He needs to come out like Hercule.
There you go.
You see it.
He pulls out 19 tiles and breaks 18 of them. And that's it. That's Satan's gimmick. Also, yes, I do not acknowledge Hercule on this show. I'll just put that here. I'm a Satan man. I am fully on board with Satan, Mr. Satan. They renamed the city after him because he's a hero.
So what you're saying is you're a Satanist.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Nothing wrong with that.
Satan is my champion.
He saved the world,
I say.
Yes, I do know.
I have to get my nickname out there. Just that Pat Boudreaux guy. I've called him like Bargain Bin Brock Lesnar, fucking Croc Lesnar.
Nah.
So I'm interested to see him versus Orange Cassidy. I don't know how that's going to work out.
It did.
Other than that,
I don't know who he is.
Yeah,
it didn't work out too well for Orange. I don't know.
Well,
never mind. I don't know.
Do you watch NXT 2.0?
Once if I remember to. No, let me rephrase that. Yes, I watch it every week, but I don't actually pay attention.
Do you know who Harlan was? Or Harlan is? Whatever?
Yes.
That's who that is.
Oh!
That's who that is.
Okay. I figured he looked vaguely familiar for some reason.
Again, I never watched the show. I just know that's who that is.
Look, I watch it every week, but I don't pay attention unless Nikita Lyons or Cora Jade or Toxic Attractions on the TV.
Unless the thirst takes over.
Basically, that's all it's for. That's all NXT 2.0 is now.
Yeah.
The actual wrestling portion of it is not very good.
It's not what's important. It's the chicks fighting over dudes' dicks, and
as long as Cora Jade, Gigi Dolan, or Nikita Lyons are on that show that week, I'm a happy camper.
Any longer in WWE and in control of NXT, and Vince would have been booking himself to catch the snapper slapper.
Nice.
From Nikita Lyons.
All right, guys.
Let's just go to Jericho and Mox. You need to let loose and make some room for this long ass Chris Jericho and Moxley match.
Okay, I'm gonna jump I'm gonna jump ahead
yeah.
in this timeline on this match for a second, and it blew my mind that Moxley was in the walls for the entirety of Picture in Picture.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
And this little they come back. It's like, oh man, Taz is like, he's not going to be able to walk. The lactic acid in his legs is just not going to let him walk. I was like, what the heck? It's like, go ahead, Taz. I like that shit.
And,
go ahead.
And then 30
Taz,
seconds later,
okay.
he's climbing the top rope.
yeah, yeah, doing a double axe handle from the top rope.
Taz, spell lactic.
That's a L, a A, a T. Soup bones.
So he can't, like, dude, I swear, I was like, he got in the ring and he was moving around, like, at the beginning of the match, and I was like, what? He's wearing, like, I don't know that he always wore that earring.
Yes.
I was like, for some reason, earring was just
no,
catching
he's
my
always
attention.
worn it.
I was like, what? I was like, that earring is a detail that I didn't remember in the past. And then as soon as I had that thought, fucking Jericho ripped it out his ear.
Here's where I
like,
become confused. He ripped the earring out. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I was very confused because all of a sudden the next thing I saw was Mox was bleeding from the forehead.
See, I didn't notice
So
that.
I was very confused.
So he ripped the earring out, and I remember them saying, like,
he ripped the earring out. I think Mox rolled out of the ring. And the next thing you know, he's got a cut on his forehead and he's bleeding from the forehead. But it was on that side. And Taz is talking about how, all this blood's rushing, out of the earlobe, and I'm going, yeah, sure, but not like that. Nor that high on the forehead.
What they said was something to the effect that the earlobe is one of the places on your body that will bleed the most if cut. Something to that effect. And then William Regal agreed with them. And next thing you know, fucking Moxley's face is fucking covered in blood. I bought it. Dude, I bought it. I was like, okay, because I didn't even... Dude, if he did cut himself on the head, I didn't even notice it.
No, I
just bought what they told me on commentary.
Nope. In my mind, I'm going, rips out earlobe, bleeding from forehead. Makes sense.
If there's any indication of
later on at the end,
I fucking bought it.
Dude, I had questions, man. My logic at that point, I'm like, okay, now you've taken it too far.
Into it, I don't give a shit.
Now you've taken it too far. I buy what
they're selling me.
Now at the end of the match, when they showed some close-ups, like after he had kind of held the towel to his head and wiped his face off, yeah, you could tell his earlobe was like legitimately bleeding. But yeah, I was like, I have many questions about the logic of this. And all I kept going back to was that clip that you posted on the TikTok of me talking about bleeding after a sling blade. I'm going, yeah, that's about right. And then in my brain, I'm going, and then immediately my brain went to, you know what? I want to roll with this. Like, I want him to just start bleeding from the most ridiculous of like attacks or maneuvers or things.
Dude, that's sharpshooter.
Like, yeah, just.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yep. Like, get somebody do like a dragon screw leg whip.
Dude, they're gonna fucking kick him in the nuts, and his fucking forehead starts bleeding.
An arm drag.
They're gonna have their own masturbatory Bret Hart match, and it's gonna be like somebody in a sharpshooter, fucking like Austin was, just passed out, bleeding, passed out, and just he's gonna be not bleeding, and then come down, come back up, bleeding, and then pass out.
First Dax, he's getting chest slaps.
Yeah.
Give me like an eye poke.
Yeah.
Abdominal
stretch. Getting slapped in the while he's selling it, he's just like, oh.
Dude, I'm convinced I'm convinced he forgot the blade during the Takeshita match and was like, "Oh shit, I got to get this in before the match ends."
I'll wear Takeshita's blood.
Because he was like 95% through 95% of that match, and then he starts bleeding.
Oh man,
it's insane.
So yes, so this is now my wet dream. I want Mox to start bleeding after the most ridiculous of maneuvers. Shit that just doesn't even make sense. That's what I want.
Dude, there's a definite possibility that will happen.
I want it to happen. I'm gonna get my wish.
I told my buddy Corey that I legit am starting to think Moxley has fucking mental issues, and all he told me was, "Dude, it's alcoholism." Fucking dude, how do you bring yourself to want to bleed that much? Like, he loves it.
Dude,
he legit.
You say that. I listened to his book. That dude sounds like intelligent as fuck.
He is intelligent.
I mean, he seems like he's intelligent, but also like has common sense and is like a fucking normal person. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, the dude's super intelligent. He just, I don't know.
He likes what he likes.
He's into what he's into.
Yeah,
he's the street version of Cody.
Is that being a masochist?
Sure.
I forget which one's which.
It's entertaining as
Either
fuck.
way.
I enjoy it.
Either way.
Dude, I enjoyed the hell out of this match.
This was Jericho's best match in a very long time.
So I don't actually know this question, and obviously they wouldn't show WCW highlights or anything like that. But was he Lionheart Chris Jericho in WCW?
For like the briefest of times. He was Lionheart Chris Jericho in ECW. And then he when he debuted, well, he was Lionheart in ECW, he was Lionheart in Mexico, and he was Lionheart in WCW. But WCW, he was Lionheart. He kind of always was until like his whole run. But at some point, they just like kind of dropped it and stopped calling him that. They just started calling him Jericho.
Chris Jericho. Yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, dude, I was kind of hoping. I mean, I want him to show up with that Y2J jacket. This is what I really want. Like, I want
the light up jacket.
I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, that's just a stupid thing that I want to see. I don't know if that would actually be good.
I want him to bring back the list.
I want him to show up. I want him to show up with that little bit of hair that was like lifted, the ponytail kind of bun thing that like always stuck up higher than his head.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
It was such a cheesy look. And maybe we just want to hit him.
No, you know what I really want? I want
scarf.
them to come back from commercial randomly and him be in the center of the ring reading from, like, finishing his 4001 hold list. That's what I want. Just randomly. Just fucking come up and then just list and then just walk off into the back.
You know, he used a few of those 1004 moves. He did an arm bar. He did a couple of arm drags. Those are like the first two. Those are the first two on his list.
Some other submission from some Mexico style or something like that.
I don't think he did the Saskatchewan spinning nerve hold though.
He did a few good jumps.
It doesn't exist.
He did a few good jumps.
It's part of his list.
It could have been.
It's part of his list,
dude. I would have.
Might have been, yeah. I don't know
anymore. I would have bought it if you said that was real. I would have bought it.
No. It was like, move number 860 something. I don't know.
Oh, geez.
Like, the whole reason that spot even happened is because there was nothing else. They had nothing else for him to do. And he was like, he asked Bischoff, he's like, just give me 30 seconds to do something.
Yeah.
Like, they wouldn't give him the time of day. And that's where it started. That's where he took off in WCW.
Crazy.
He's like, just give me 30 seconds to do anything. And Bischoff just like
one of the things that I remember.
Bischoff just like brushed him off. He's like, yeah, do whatever you want out there. And he just like took off after that. And then of course, the politics in the back were like, nah, fuck that.
He's like doing the list, and I think he's like still got the mic in his hand and reading from the list as he's walking to the back. Like, Jesus Christ, this dude.
But yeah. So anyway, yeah, the fucking match was amazing.
And Moxley kicked out of the Judas. I mean, fucking
So
Judas
my
effect.
my
Jesus
my
Christ.
my heel tactics have bled on from show to show because I've been watching so many shows. Was this? Wasn't this Matt? Didn't Jericho pull the turnbuckle padding out off the?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then went to the other turnbuckle and pulled the padding to distract Aubrey. Or am I thinking of a different?
I don't know. I know he did at least one that he eventually got thrown into.
Because this was
I don't know.
Because this was supposed to be a normal match, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it was this. Like, I'm pretty sure it was this match. God damn, all my shit's starting to bleed together. But some show I watched, whether it was Raw or SmackDown or Dynamite, in this particular match, that spot happened, and the ref looked like a fucking goober. Like, and I'm pretty sure it was this
I don't
one because
remember.
Jericho pulled. I'm pretty sure he pulled one to throw Moxley in it, but then Aubrey went to like put it back. Then he pulled the other one, but then she caught him doing that, and then she ended up going out of the ring while like this some interference spot ended up happening.
She didn't finish.
Sammy.
Yeah, she didn't.
Yeah, and she like
threw Floyd into the
she
ring.
went out of her way to look like she wasn't able to catch what was happening because I think she went to go pick up the turnbuckle pad, but it fell on the floor, so she had to go run out there to go pick it up, but then totally forgot about the other one. The spot
she
was
kind of had to.
Yeah, the timing was off.
Sammy overthrew Floyd.
That's what it was.
Sammy overthrew Floyd.
That's what it was. He overthrew Floyd. That's right. And I was like, oh, dude, this is not a good look for Aubrey right now.
And it was funny, too, because as they showed him running to the back, he was like, oh, shit, I overthrew Floyd. His facial expression was like, shit, overdid it.
Yeah,
they called him out on commentary right away, too.
It was
Sammy
not a good look
bit
for Aubrey, who's normally a pretty solid,
say,
but yeah, this was bad.
JR shitting on the interim title.
Oh, fuck JR.
That pissed me off.
JR.
That pissed me off.
I'm not a big fan of the interim thing.
I'm not.
But it is what it is. Like,
I'm old school.
That's what they established, and that's what they established. Like, the champion can't compete right now, so this is the champion. Doesn't matter if it's interim or whatever. This is the champion. Like, dude, you're supposed to put it over. Why are you fucking shitting on it?
Right. No, I get that. Look, I'm not a huge fan of the interim champion idea. Like, to me, it makes more sense to just go, hey guys, I'm injured, I can't compete, and I can't defend this title here. I'm just gonna vacate it, new champ, and then, when they come back from injury, then you go back to finding a way to put the belt back on your original champ. But the idea of
it's worth noting that Punk wanted to do that, but TK said no. You hold on to the title, we'll just do interim champ.
Right, but then that causes a whole nother slew of problems.
Because they set the precedent with fucking Cody.
Like, you just set the precedent of going, like, you just told the entire locker room, like, no, Punk's our guy, like, no matter what happens. And this is just the way that it is. So the idea of having an interim champ doesn't really do anything. Like, the belt, two things are going to happen. The belt changes hands. The interim belt changes hands, but it doesn't really mean anything. Like, does that count as a title reign for somebody?
You're number
or
two. You're number two.
You threw the belt on Moxley, and you know that every time he defends it, he's not going to lose it.
I think this match probably would have been the one where it's like, oh, he could lose it here. I mean, but he didn't.
Right. And then, in the record book, like, does it have an asterisk next to it and say he was an interim champ, or does it count like he's a 2-time AEW heavyweight champion?
No, let's look at it for what it is.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm looking at it logically.
And then we're looking to, yes, I know. Yes, and kayfabe, you're looking at it logically. I'm looking at it from the fucking shooting standpoint of, holy shit, we're going to have a Moxley Punk match at All Out.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a match I want. I don't know if that's a match I want.
You say that now. We haven't had a masturbatory Bret Hart match in a while.
But is that what that's going to be?
Maybe.
And then, like,
I mean, this could be. I mean, I was joking about fucking Austin earlier, but I mean,
but here's where this
Moxley's character is similar to that.
But here's where this becomes a dangerous scenario with who your champ currently is. Mox is your champion, right? Your interim champ. Mox is over as a face. Punk is your champion who is also at this point a face. So unless you're planning on turning one of them heel, you're running the risk of forcing somebody to be booed. And you're forcing the chance that CM Punk gets put in a spot where he's going to get booed. And you may not want that reaction.
Or
I think they need to turn Bryan Danielson heel again.
He ain't going to be heel.
Or they could just be two characters going at it, or two people just fighting for it. Like, yeah, I get this. There could be nuance to it. It doesn't have to be, is this person a complete babyface or heel or otherwise? I mean, I think that's where AEW kind of.
No, but I'm saying like you can
unsafe.
But what I'm saying is you're walking a fine line between. There are going to be plenty of people that are going. I mean, you're going to have there's the potential that you have a split crowd. That somebody's not going to get what they want, and it's going to be detrimental to one or the other.
I mean, I just don't think that's the case. I'm excited to just see them both in the ring and go at it. Like that. I mean, of course, I can only speak for myself. Like, I mean,
I feel like I'm in the camp where I feel like you have to walk a very fine line with what you're doing with CM Punk right now because of his current standing and the fact that he came in with such fanfare, and I don't know. There seems to be a contingent of people that are kind of sour on the whole thing, and I'd hate for that to get worse.
But then, are there people that have been conditioned to think things go a certain way, and then believe if it doesn't go that way, then it's not valid? Because Bryan Danielson came in as a babyface, but then against certain characters, he played heel. You know? So, I mean, and this might be the case in Triple H's WWE, but with Vince's WWE, there is no room for nuance. I think we have that in AEW. It remains to be seen if that exists in Triple H's creative WWE, but I mean, dude, Moxley's character isn't strictly a babyface. He's just a badass that beats the shit out of people.
Crazy
I also
person.
don't feel like Mox needs.
Yeah,
I also feel like Mox doesn't need the fucking belt either.
He should lose it. Like, he should lose the match against Punk.
Oh, he definitely will.
And what I really want, and since Punk's been out, I want Punk to wrestle like fucking title matches 3-4 weeks. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'd like to see match after match after match since we missed out on so much shit.
Now, that is one thing that I do want is I want this run to not be an Adam Page, a Hangman run. Like, I want him out there competing. If not every week,
make the rankings mean something.
If not every week, then at least fairly regularly, like every other week or something. Like, I don't need him either not being on the show that week or just coming out to cut a promo and only wrestling on a pay-per-view.
I don't want him in feuds right away. I want him to fucking go against the rankings. Is what I want.
Well, yeah, because
honestly, like,
they've gotten away from
the rankings have been shit.
They've gotten away from that. The ranking has had no bearing on anything.
Yeah, and especially, like, dude, I'm convinced that he was out because of that fucking stage jump that he did, that crowd dive that he did. So he needs to make it up. I think they should make it up to the fans by fucking putting on title matches with the number one contender for at least a few weeks.
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that he's winning the match, and I guess that's part of the idea. That's part of the detriment to me of the idea of an interim champ or having an interim champ, because when you have a unification match at some point, you know that whoever was the champion to begin with before they went on an injury is going to win that match to continue whatever their run was supposed to be. And I think that's where I disagree with the idea.
Yeah. Unless they stretch a feud out where Regal interrupts and causes Moxley to have it.
I don't see Blackpool Combat Club being that kind of stable.
Or Daniel Bryan turns on Moxley, or
he's too busy trying to turn
Daniel
himself. Garcia right now.
Well, I meant it as a way to try and get the heel thing going. Where I don't know what they're going to do with Daniel Bryan. I feel like
Daniel Bryan's at a point.
I always felt like Daniel Bryan needs to be.
Daniel Bryan doesn't exist anymore.
Thank you. I was about to correct myself. I appreciate that. I fell into the trap.
That short caveman
guy.
I
feel shame.
Who eats greens.
Bryan Danielson is at a point in his career where, I mean, he doesn't really have to do much of anything. Like, you don't have to be a face, you don't have to be a heel, you don't have to hold a belt, you don't have to wrestle every week. He doesn't ever have to be champion again. Like, he's just there to put talent over in whatever way he can. So
and he put Daniel Lannister all the way to fuck over.
Yeah. But no, it's just like
I want to see AEW.
I don't see Bryan Danielson doing anything of any kind of high profile note anytime soon, if for the rest of his career. Like I think he's content doing whatever he's asked to do.
Yeah.
And the main reason for him leaving WWE and signing with AEW was to do specifically that. Wrestle and put over younger talent. I mean, he's made his money.
Yeah.
He's been cemented his legacy. So I kind of count him out of the equation on the whole, like anything title picture related. Plus, you always run
a good tag team.
Plus, you always run the risk that his next match could be his last.
Him and Yuta, tag team champs. Let's do it.
I mean, I'm all for it. Just not yet. FTR needs to hold all the belts.
Yeah, they really need to get those fucking belts.
They need to Ultimo Dragon their way out there with 18 pieces of gold.
Yeah.
Well, let's finish this match because we still haven't. So yeah, Moxley submitted Jericho.
Oh, I thought we were done.
Jericho was bleeding shit by the end, and he ended up submitting.
He bled the hard way.
Yeah.
Jericho bled the hard. I think he had 7 stitches, I think, at the end of that match.
Holy shit. Yeah, he
I don't know what the spot was. Oh, I think it was the turnbuckle spot right before the end of the match. He got busted the hard way.
Somebody threw a ring bell in the ring at the end. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know what that was about.
So I think that was after the match, after Punk.
During the brawl.
I don't know. I don't
know.
Yeah, it was when Punk came out and Punk and Moxley were like in the ring together. Somebody like threw the bell in, like hit him with it, and like never did anything with it.
But yeah, so that was the big highlight of the night was Punk and the roof blowing off the place.
So yeah, it was that Matt Menard, Angelo Parker came out, and Daniel Garcia I think came out.
Yeah.
Then I don't even remember the order.
It was JAS
first,
and then the rest of the BCC,
and then Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, and And then once they were outnumbered, Punk came out, fucking destroyed Angelo Parker. And yeah, it was just fucking kicking ass. And then it was him and Moxley
the Samoa
in the ring.
Joe. He did the Samoa Joe with Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara went and jumped off the top ropes to jump on him from the middle from like the top ropes to the outside of the ring, and he just like backed up.
Yeah, he was just
and like grabbed him and threw him.
Just sidestep. The fucking dude, Soul Calibur, the 3D sidestep.
That's it. Gets you out of a jam.
That's it.
I would like to think that my eyes weren't playing tricks on me, and that I think Punk may have actually put on some muscle mass. He looked like he was a little bit more ripped than he normally carried himself.
I didn't notice that.
Possibly.
That's interesting. I'll look at that next. See if I noticed that next time.
He kind of had Jericho bod for a little while.
Yeah, well, I mean, he looked like he had some slightly bigger arms. Not by much, but looked like there was a physical difference.
I was like, I don't know. I don't know if Jericho cut a promo earlier or whatever, but I remember seeing him first, like, clean shaven. I was like, oh God, he looks younger.
Dude, he lost years off his life.
Yeah, I was like, God damn. But yeah, I mean, I think Rodney mentioned this earlier, but he came back from that health scare that he had.
Mm-hmm.
Lost all that extra weight. Fucking put on muscle, his abs and shit. Dude.
That's that DDPY, dude.
It was fucking great.
DDP yoga.
And DDP yoga is no joke.
Try it. It's not a joke.
Fucking. Dude, it's amazing that dude as old as he is and he still goes.
That'll be my
plug.
That'll be the plug for the week, DDPY.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fucking Moxley flicks Punk off in the ring. Says fuck off. Walks out. Fist bumps or whatever. Claudio. And they walk out. And that's the end of the show.
And that ends the week as far as we know it now.
Hell yeah. I didn't watch Rampage. And there was like Redbeard and the Redbeard.
Beardhausen.
Redbeard.
Beardhausen.
Yeah.
Beardhausen.
Interested in that match against the Ass Boys.
I caught bits and pieces. Ass Boys lose.
Oh, I guess that's something that wasn't listed on our notes. Stokely Hathaway approaching the Ass Boys.
Yes. And then Daddy asked
Billy Gunn
for another match for Dynamite next week.
Billy Gunn told his boys, "This is why I missed the Acclaim."
Yeah.
like straight shot on his boys.
Straight up. I was off and on Rampage because I just forget about it. Brian Danielson. God damn it! Now y'all got me doing it. Comes out and basically tries to recruit Daniel Garcia over to the good side, get him out of the dark side, asking him if he wants to be known for being the greatest sports entertainer, or if Brian Danielson was actually his idol when he was growing up. Does he want to be known as being the world's greatest technical wrestler? Which was kind of an intriguing twist on this whole thing. We'll see where that goes. Other than that, I don't remember the rest of Rampage.
Yeah, I wasn't home, so I still gotta watch
bits and pieces. I'm sure we'll catch up on that next show.
Well, y'all have any other thoughts?
No other thoughts on
like
our current discussion. There apparently, even though we never talk about it, but to me it's important because it's Deonna Purrazzo. But Impact had a pay-per-view recently, or a new show or something, Emergence. Chelsea
completely fallen off.
Chelsea
Impact.
Green and Deonna Purrazzo won the Impact Women's Tag Championships. That was it. Just because
Cool.
Deonna,
some kind of belt on Purrazzo.
Purrazzo's got one belt again, which is, really all I care about right now. I need the champ back.
Yeah.
This is the first step in that
we need
process.
her over on.
I really just need her out of
over on this
Impact
side
and
of the
into
fence.
AEW.
Right.
Is where I'm going with this.
Yeah,
Right.
I hear you.
But other than that, not much else. I think other quick little tidbits of news. Apparently, Matt Cardona is pretty much healed up, so he should be back on the road to collecting his belts again. Since he lost all of his Infinity Stones, he's got to go collect them again.
Nice.
Maybe he'll make a stop at AEW at some point just for the shit of it.
Dude, I was telling Jennifer today, when we went to Impact, I bought that Matt Cardona shirt, wore it once after that, can't find it. Have not seen it since.
Oh, shit. That sucks.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, you got to represent.
Dude, I was like, so disappointed.
Massively disappointed.
That was like my favorite shirt. Anyway.
One of the most humblest wrestlers out there.
Oh, yeah.
One of the most
professional as well.
No, that's the other guy.
Not as professional as Brian.
No, not as professional as Brian Myers.
He's not as professional.
No one is as professional as Brian Myers.
No.
I agree. You gotta get out of Impact.
I agree.
You need a bigger stage.
That or Impact needs to come down here a lot, because that's the only time that I'm interested in watching it.
That's about it. I mean, I'll catch their pay-per-views from time to time just for shits and giggles, but they're kind of on autopilot, I guess. I don't even know if Bullet Club is still a thing passing by, or if they all went back to New Japan. I have no idea what the roster looks like right now.
Yeah, me neither.
Anyways.
Well, yep. Anything else?
Nothing on my end.
That's it.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of Wrestlecast. If you want to drop us a line or have a question for us, email us at laughingmangamecast@gmail.com. For Wrestlecast in the subject, hit us up on Twitter at laughingmannet. Thank you for listening. See you next time.
Peace.
Scissor you later.